Nicki Minaj recently tweeted and quickly deleted some tweets about her pop music, and there is a lot to uncover here. So basically, a fan was talking about her pop music and mentioned Starships. Nicki responded by saying, "And that's the song I had to do the most damage control for afterwards. Y'all have very selective memory, but trust and believe, Chun not about to let y'all play with her, bet that." She then said, "Just say you mentioned Starships cause it was an instant smash hit and go. Stayed in the top 10 for like 20 weeks or something. If you a fan, you know that was experimental for me. Not who I am at my core as an artist. Ill. They watered this shit down and mine y'all bad." Then a fan said they better go check out the mixtape cause that's who the Nicki Minaj is. This is the tweet, she said. In response to Nicki's part, I don't think it's necessarily fair to say that a fan only likes a certain song because it was a hit. Because pop is ingrained into Nicki as a brand, whether she likes it or not. Some people may prefer her more hip-hop oriented stuff, some may like her super pop stuff. But this is not the first time Nicki has expressed disdain for some of her pop hits. "I wish I never recorded Anaconda," she said, even though she likes the video. "My first ever solo song on Billboard was Your Love. To this day, I like the video, but I hate the song. I could go on and on. I hate Starships," she said. You know, that's her preference. Personally, I still think Your Love bangs. It's a very vibey and charismatic song. I think it perfectly meets pop standards while not being overly gimmicky, like some of her pop tracks have been. I think Anaconda also showcases some of Nicki's more playful qualities that also draw in the conversation of sex. But in the end, I feel the reason why Nicki might have such a distant relationship with her pop music is due to the amount of backlash she got from the hip-hop community for doing it. For people who aren't as exactly acquainted with Nicki Minaj's rise, she was much more of a hip-hop centered act with her mixtapes. Even though some of her songs she did during her mixtape era had pop appeal, it's not exactly the dance pop that she would later come to do. And she once defended her pop music in a 2013 interview saying, "Even when I'm on stage performing my rap songs, it's more organic, it's more authentic." But in the same breath, she says, "But I still grew up loving Cyndi Lauper and Madonna. If I really wanted to right now, I could go back in and make another pop song like Starships to sell. And I'm choosing not to do it. I'm choosing to get back to my essence and just feed the core hip hop fan." Now she's in the twilight era of her career, there's not much more to achieve or prove. So it's completely understandable if she wants to return to her mixtape roots, for example, and refine that sound. Her peers such as Drake have come to fully embrace pop and being a pop star, but Nicki still seems to grapple with it every now and then. But ultimately, when discussing her legacy as an artist, I don't really think it matters if she likes her pop songs or not, because inevitably they still define major parts of her career, and also have had a profound influence on a younger generation. I mean, when speaking of pop rap, Nicki's aesthetic and sound during that time definitely conjured up a few imitators. Iggy Azalea, for example, greatly benefited from the tone Nicki set with her pop rap records, and that kind of simultaneous appeal to pop and rap. She is one of Nicki's most direct sons when it comes to her breakout music. Then obviously, more recently you have someone like Doja Cat with some of her music that sounds like, or at least calls upon Nicki's Pink Friday eras, especially the more playful and colorful songs and aesthetics. And she has admittedly borrowed and shouted out some of Nicki's flows from that time period. Then you also have people like Lil Nas X and Flo Milli who have cited Nicki as an influence, who can just be as animated and vibrant with their music and aesthetics. So regardless of her lack of fondness for that type of music, it has already seeped into a new generation. Personally, I kind of side with Nicki on some aspects when it comes to her music. I don't really care for like the Gaga, Katy, Rihanna type of pop cuts from her. When it comes to her music overall, I think that tends to be her weakest area as an artist. The type of pop and music that she does overall that I think is her strongest artistically and aesthetically is when she has that even blend of both worlds and bridges that gap. You know, you have more lighthearted songs like Super Bass that obviously do that, and a lot of Pink Friday does that. Then you have songs like I Am Your Leader, which obviously nails the pop rap lane. And then there are also her more vulnerable songs like Pills and Potions, which has a big pop chorus but still makes plenty of room for her rap abilities. And it isn't overbearingly gleeful pop, where anyone could have sung the hook, it's still very Nicki Minaj. And I think songs like Barbie Tings and Chun-Li really master some of the fun qualities and a bit more serious qualities of Nicki, and the production on those songs gives life to every word she spits. While her hip-hop features in the past have really become such a major part of her artistry, just as much as her solo work. Her disliking her own songs and not wanting to cater to pop standards is her just due. But being a pop star or a former pop star is not a bad thing, and she exists in both worlds as a hip-hop and pop star, as much as she's influenced artists who came after her and follow a similar vein.